Craven, I don't know if there is a limit. No, not Rev. Not Rev. No, we are going to do a big boss video. That's what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do a big boss video. And it's big boss talking about the absolute chaos of Concord. No, not that big boss. This is, we've watched this before. Remember when we watched that video of where he basically did the history of what's the name? The politician that lied to everybody. It's him. So this is no, he didn't do the Concordia. That was internet. That was internet historian. Yeah. George Santos. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah. Big Boss is the video that we watched where he talked about George Santos. So we know he's got good stuff. This is about Concord the game. This is about Concord the game. So basically the chaos that ended with it basically shutting down, I'm guessing. George Santos was the politician in question that Big Boss did the video on. We watched it like a week or two ago, I think it was. So yeah, this should be like, I know about Concord in sort of a broad sense. But I'm kind of curious. This is like a 20-minute video. I'm really curious how much further he can break this down. I'm really curious. So let's if you're talking about Toys for Tots, I know that Nick has got a video for Toys for Tots. I'm gonna be doing it on Christmas. But if you want to submit a video, you can submit it to the video suggestions channel. All right, let's check this out.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. The year is 2024, and Sony is about to release the Kraken, a project they'd had in the works for almost a decade, and with a reported budget of up to $400 million. By far their most expensive game yet. Nothing could go wrong. The year is 2016. Overwatch has just come out, and it's making the rounds everywhere. It's very popular. It's the first AAA shooter since TF2 almost a decade ago, and it's good. Amazing gameplay and map design, well-designed characters with a ton of personality, and a decent cosmetic.
Hang on a second, what the hell just happened there? I was trying to fix the bonks. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what's, give me 2 seconds. I don't know what's happening with my bonk stuff, because I saw people were trying to throw bonks. I'm gonna have to cut them off for tonight. And if anybody spent mods, if anybody spent points on the bonks, can you try to refund them? I don't know what happened to them tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with them. The K-bonk broke or something, so I gotta try and fix it tomorrow. Okay, let's try it again.
$1 million. By far their most expensive game yet. Nothing could go wrong. The year is 2016. Overwatch has just come out, and it's making the rounds everywhere. It's very popular. It's the first AAA shooter since TF2 almost a decade ago, and it's good. Amazing gameplay and map.
Really? Overwatch was the first AAA arena shooter since team arena shooter since TF2? Really? I didn't think there was such a huge stretch between the two of them. I thought there was something in between. Huh. I saw it, Andrea. Oh, yes, I saw that. Thank you. It launched it. Okay. I thought for sure that there was something in between TF2 and Overwatch that, there was something in between that was like really popular. I guess not, but damn, it's, But didn't COD come out? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Call of Duty, even OG Call of Duty, didn't they have team-based arena shooting? Like even the OG COD? I thought it did. Oh, yeah, back then I guess it wouldn't be considered an arena shooter. It was a feature. It wasn't the entire game. Okay. All right. Now that's okay. That's kind of that's making sense now, because what I'm thinking of is probably games that are not actually classified as arena shooters. They have an arena shooter mode. That's probably where I'm getting. Counter-Strike came out pre Team Fortress, Merlin. That was Counter-Strike was pre Team Fortress.
Map design, well-designed characters with a ton of personality, and a decent cosmetic system. Around the same time, an exodus at Bungie, and ex-Bungie developers coalesced to form what would become Firewalk Studios. Initial meetings are held on their first project. You guys seen that Overwatch thing? Yeah? Let's do that. And they get to work. Fast forward to 2021. Now at this point in time, Sony's gaming department is headed by a man named Jim Ryan. He and the boys at Sony look around. The gaming landscape had changed. Gone were the days where you just...
Wait, hang on a second.
The gaming landscape...
Fortnite? I'm like Overwatch 2. Yeah, Overwatch 2 people hated. People absolutely hated Overwatch 2. They still do. Fortnite, I don't think ever lost fans. Fortnite is like stronger than ever right now, to my understanding. Like in 2021, Fortnite was still at the top of the game for like big, arena shooters. Well, yeah, but it never
Cheer
lost popularity.
100 wish I got here to see all the Christmas love that chat gave you. Have a Merry Christmas, boss. You're the best out there, Ember P10 Heart, Ember P10 Heart.
Thank you, house guests. No, Tysol was never popular with COD fans, of course, but Fortnite was still extremely popular. And yeah, Sims, I don't even know about Sims 4. Sims 4, I didn't even know there was a Sims 4, honestly. Yeah. This makes sense. I guess maybe this makes sense, but I never knew about Fallout Sims 4. Yeah, and actually, that's what I'm thinking. Fortnite has never lost popularity. And in fact, once they got rid of the build feature, like where they had a non-build mode, its popularity spiked even more. So you could play Fortnite without having to worry about all the building shit. So this is, I hate to say it, but I don't think this is right. Because Fortnite has never, they've had so many different franchises get lumped into them.
Had changed. Gone were the days where you just made a game and sold it. Fortnite was now here. And if you weren't selling stolen dance moves and Peter Griffin skins...
Wait! He just said Fortnite is now here, and he put Fortnite here. Big Boss might need to talk to his artist. I think his artist may have, oopsed.
Landscape had changed. Gone were the days where you just made a game and sold it. Fortnite was now here. And if you weren't selling stolen dance moves and Peter Griffin skins through recurrent battle passes, you were losing. They look at their own games. Uncharted, The Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man. Some great stuff. One problem. Not...
Wait a minute, was that the kid?
God of War, Spider-Man. Some great stuff.
That's the kid! From the meme. What was his name? Something Rambo was his name. I forget his name. That's the kid! Nice! No, not HOL kid. I think it's from like a TV show or something. Like probably back in like the 80s or maybe early 90s, I guess. It was like something Rambo. His last name was like Rambo. I cannot remember what the first name was. Like Brett Rambo or something.
Stuff. One problem. Not one of them was live service. and therefore wasn't printing buckets of cash for Jim and the boys. So Ryan makes a decision. PlayStation is gonna kick the doors down, burst into this market head first. But first, time to go shopping. And Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios, starts looking for a few developers they could swipe up to help make that happen. It's around this time that Sony gets word of Firewalk, and they like what they hear. A studio made up of industry vets.
He is going ham on the memes with this one. Brent Rambo. Thank you, Leo. Yes, Brent Rambo. That's who it was. But he is going really ham with the memes on this one. It's kind of funny.
With a ton of talent. Ex-Battlefield devs, ex-Destiny devs, and ex-Halo devs. The studio's creative lead was even the creative director on Destiny 2. Their mission statement? To craft incredible multiplayer experiences that bring people together and inspire unforgettable and unexpected shared moments. That even started work on their first game, a hero shooter set in an original sci-fi universe called Concord. Sounds promising. So
there
Sony
he is. There he is. Wow, he's got the old version of himself. He's got the current, and he's got the original. That's the original. He's going ham on the memes.
So Sony is interested. They ask for a sneak peek of the game, and what they see amazes them. What Firewalk is making is so innovative, so impressive. They want...
I gotta see that again. That was funny. T-Dragoner, have a good night. Merry Christmas.
What Firewalk is making is so innovative, so...
We could have had that, which is not bad. It's, slightly heavy, but fine.
Is so
and then they went,
so impressive. They want in immediately.
Hi, Taurus. Merry Christmas.
Of Overwatch and Valorant. This hero shooter genre is an absolute cash cow, and now it was Sony's turn. April 2021, and a deal is struck. Some cash on the table from Sony, and Firewalk's hero shooter would come out as a first-party exclusive for the PlayStation 5 and PC. Nice. Sony now had a taste of that sweet Bungie talent.
And what do you want to bet? Xbox is thanking their lucky stars they didn't jump in on this. Microsoft is probably going, thank God we didn't get in on the Concord thing. They're just like, when the Concord ship was going down, Microsoft was leaning back, sipping on martinis, going, And
they wanted more. So in January 2022, they buy Bungie itself.
Consider it done.
A studio currently maintaining just one popular IP for $3.6 billion. What a steal. Sony was now set to release a ton of live service games. More than 10 before March 2026, they say.
Are you serious?
In early 2023, Sony checks up on Concord, and this thing is in rough shape.
Meow.
At this point, it's apparently still in alpha, and it's not looking great. Basic thing.
Wait, this was in when? Hang on.
Are you serious?
In early 2023.
It was in alpha in 2023. Fuck. So I didn't know about that. That is not good. Like, this is we are approaching Anthem and BioWare levels of fucking up right now. Because this is what Anthem did. Like, Anthem did this where they, did fuck all for development. And then the last year, they crunched. They just went crunch for like the last year of development. And they didn't do because it was so poorly managed. And this is what's happening here. This was managed so shittily that we didn't have an alpha until, and I'm not even sure when in 2023 this is. Because what? Concord launched. When did Concord launch, chat? Wasn't it like July that Concord launched? Am I right about that for the launch date? Concord actually went live in July. Is that correct, or am I off on the months? September? Yeah, I thought it launched during the summer. I thought. I could be wrong. Maybe it could have been in September. I don't remember. Oh yeah. Cortana, I'm very aware. August 3rd. Okay, so it was August. Okay. So it launched in August. We don't know when this alpha launched. We don't know. I don't know if he's going to say when it was, but yeah, that means like giving them a benefit of the doubt. They had maybe 1 year to go from alpha to launch. You gotta be kidding me. Well, Tarantio, it's the same fallacy like what happened with BioWare. That Anthem was not ready. They knew how bad it was, and they just, BioWare had this very toxic environment of crunch. They would let shit languish for years during the development phase, and then for the last year, they would crunch the fuck out of their developers. So their developers would literally break down in the last year of development to finish the game. That was standard for them. I don't know if maybe Sony and Firewalk were doing the same fucking thing, but shit, this is bad.
Great. Basic things like player onboarding and monetization haven't even been figured out yet. Worst bit?
Oh my
This is
god.
about 5 years into active development. Now, Firewalk consists of around one.
This is exactly like Anthem then. It's 5 years in development. This is literally Anthem Part 2. Firewalk saw what Anthem did and said, yeah, we can do that. Did they, Alex? That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me least. So not only were they copying BioWare's homework, they were also injecting the bullshit DEI toxic positivity thing where you couldn't criticize and you had to checkmark every fucking DEI box. So it was not only, Anthem Groundhog Day, but you stack DEI bullshit on top of that. No fucking wonder. And Mikami, hi, Merry Christmas Eve.
150 staff. This is in Bellevue, Washington, which means exorbitant rent
Give me money.
and sizable wages.
Give me money.
5 years of this adds up, and by 2020,
Wait, did that actually? I missed what was on it. Did that give some real figures there? Hang on. Cinematics, 37 million. Amazon episode. This must be the Amazon episode. Must be that secret level thing that the secret level episode. Uglify the characters, 44 million. Useless meeting, 76 million. Whoa.
this adds up, and by
Oh,
2023,
Alex, I think there was
an apparent
DEI there, too.
$200 million
DEI is the only way to explain some of the characterizations. That's the only way to explain it.
had already gone into the game. Also, the game is supposed to be launching within the next 18 months. But it's in such a rough state, they'd probably need to use a ton of outsourcing for that to happen. This can be very expensive on short notice. It's okay. Internally, Sony is calling this game the future of PlayStation. Executives are even calling it their Star Wars. And the head of PlayStation Studios.
Wait, what did they just call that?
Executives are even calling it their Star Wars.
Yeah. That's not great all on its own, considering the current state of Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. Like modern Star Wars. Yeah, they're bang on. They're 100% bang on to Star Wars.
And the head of PlayStation Studios is so confident, he decides to go all in, and Sony buys
With it, boy.
Firewalk for an estimated $100 million. Another steal. Now inside Firewalk's
Wait, what did he just say?
so confident, he decides to go all in, and Sony buys Firewalk for an estimated $100 million.
Oh god, I'm getting so confused. Wait, Sony bought. What did Sony buy before? But Bungie? For three billion? Is that who Sony bought for $3 billion initially? Was that Bungie? Okay. That's why I'm like, my brain short circuited for a second. Like, wait a minute, I thought they already bought Firewalk Studios. But no, now they're buying Firewalk Studios. Okay. Well, and Mike, I wasn't referencing the movies in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking about the games. Like, it's kind of funny, like, this is our Star Wars, and while Outlaws came out after Concord did, look at how poorly Star Wars Outlaws did. Look at how poorly their old Battlefront relaunch did. The Battlefront relaunch was seriously panned by gamers. They said it sucked. So yeah, it was not a very good aspiration.
Another steal. Now inside Firewalk Studios, and things are interesting. See, there's apparently a lead designer here who's decided she identifies as a professor, and she's demanding.
We heard about this one, didn't we, chat? The dev who insisted on everybody call her professor. This one we heard about. And then now I think we're going to be getting into the good stuff.
Identifies as a professor, and she's demanding everyone at the studio call her that. Don't play ball, and you're potentially out of a job. This is despite not actually having a degree to back that up. She's reportedly not very popular.
Nope.
There's also apparently an overall vibe of quote.
Here we go. This is what, Alex, I think you said it. Yeah. Toxic positivity. You could never be criticized. Everything was, you go girl, slay queen. And I guarantee it was all girl and queen because God knows that's prevalent now. Yeah, here we go.
Toxic positivity.
Yes, it was Revan.
Bad ideas are not shot down, as that would be like, not cool. As a result, the decisions here, also interesting. See, they'd gotten a ton of money in backing from Sony. They could do anything. You know those cinematic Overwatch shorts? Let's do those, but every single week of the year at huge expense to ourselves. Sounds good.
Nice.
And they blow a ton of that money on extremely expensive, motion-captured CGI cinematics. Because if this online-only multiplayer shooter needed anything, it was a storyline. Onto the...
Well, I'm guessing they took that, they basically were trying to go the Overwatch route with that. Because Overwatch had a story, and of course, it was very popular. So, the storyline thing doesn't surprise me. For those of you that have played Marvel Rivals, out of curiosity, because I know very little about Marvel Rivals, does Marvel Rivals have a story? Does that have a story? Out of curiosity. Because if they're, the initial plan when this was developed, it does have a story. Okay, so for an arena shooter to have a story, honestly, not unusual now. It's actually a bit expected if we're gonna be honest. Especially when they were using Overwatch as their blueprint or their inspiration for what they were gonna do. So I'm not gonna give them too much grief about, okay, we want to have a story. It's kind of a thing these days.
The characters. A few years ago, a movie had come out called Guardians of the Galaxy. A few people at Firewalk had seen it. Nice. Let's just do that. and the artists get to work.
Yeah. And that was the first thing that I thought too. When I first saw the trailer for Concord, that's literally the first thing I thought of. Is like, they're doing fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Didn't we watch the trailer on stream and I said the exact same thing? This looks like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like they're trying to emulate that vibe. 100%. Yeah.
And after a few years, they'd drawn up some decent concept art for characters. But midway through development, a change of heart. Now, we're making a hero shooter here, and the market is becoming increasingly saturated. We have to do something different, stick out from the crowd. Let's make the characters look absolutely horrific. Maybe that's not such a good idea. No, don't disagree. Haven't you read the sign? And so, the brilliant ideas keep rolling. Cool concept.
Okay. I think the OneNote meme might have been better used for after launch. Considering that this might have been more fitting for post-launch than pre-launch. If we're gonna be dead honest here.
Cool concept, but let's give her some Walmart power armor and make her absolutely enormous.
Oh my
that
fuck.
walking trash can needs a pronoun. Make her.
Wait. Okay, hang on. The trash can. Was the trash can basically a droid? Just bearing in mind, I know very little about Concord itself. I had obviously zero interest in trying it, so I never played it. Okay. This I'm gonna do a gimme. I'm gonna do a gimme here. If this was basically a bot or a droid, then I'm gonna do gimme. If this was like a bot or a droid and had like a personality, giving the droid a pronoun is honestly fine. It's honestly fine if the droid was like a he or she. Because fuck, Einhander, thank you for 10 gifted. You would do it right in the middle of my react after I just recovered. Yeah, exactly, Raven. Like, if it's a droid that has sentience, every droid inside Frank,
Cheer 1000.
Thank you. Yes, every droid in sci-fi has been referred to as a hero. Realistically, that's not a big deal. With a droid having a pronoun and it's a sentient bot or a droid, that's fine. It really is. I have absolutely zero issue with that. Every droid in sci-fi is usually referred to with some kind of a pronoun. C-3PO is a he, R2-D2 referred to as a he. The Transformers are referred to as he or she. This is like not a big deal. Honestly, not a big deal.
Cheer 100 bully time open fire. Love
Thank
you,
you,
Ember
turtle.
P10 heart, Ember P10 heart, Ember P10 heart.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, Cortana, it doesn't matter what type of droid it is. Giving a droid a pronoun, if it's got like sentience like this, yes, it's fine. It's honestly fine. I don't have any problem with that.
Now, make her 73 years old. This one should be humongous. Him,
oh yeah?
He needs some American football pads and a Turtle Beach headset. Horrible color coordination across the board.
Was that really what she looked like, her skin color? Was this really what she looked like? Oh, right. That's ugly. That is some ugly color coordination there. that contrasts so badly. Like, who would want to play this character? Not Rev. I wouldn't even classify as wanting cyberpunk. This is like, I don't know what this is. These, like, if they'd gone with the color scheme, like, okay, the darker, like, aqua color with the pink hair would be fine, but then you throw in this, like, light puke green. It doesn't work. It looks like crap.
The board. And remember, we're designing aliens here. We could get creative. But for now, let's just take a man and paint him green. Perfect.
And dollars to donuts. I will fucking bet you this character, I guarantee fucking to you, this character was made, and on the whiteboard when they were designing the character, they put Star-Lord and Yondu. Garrett fucking T. Those two names were on the whiteboard for how they were going to design this character. I will bet any amount of money. Because that's what it is. It is Yondu with the youth and attitude of Star-Lord. Yes, that's what this character was. Very original.
Now that the designs were top-notch, let's slap a $40 price tag on, in a market where almost all of our better, more established competitors are free to play. And we're done. In May 2023, it's the big PlayStation showcase, and they reveal the game for the first time. And we see an empty spaceship with a jacket in a locker. Right. Cool. Was this a single-player campaign? A co-op looter-shooter?
That was the entirety of the teaser? An empty spaceship with an open locker and a jacket inside of it? Okay. There's teasers, and then there's why did you even fucking bother? This falls into the latter.
Multiplayer FPS? Who knows? But behind the scenes, Sony are still going all in. See, Blur Studios, the people behind Love, Death and Robots, are making a new anthology series on Amazon. Each episode is based on a different game. And
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was the studio behind Love, Death and Robots that was doing secret levels. How cool! Yeah, Helldivers is getting an episode, and there's another one. It's fuck, I forget it, but Keanu Reeves is in it. Keanu Reeves is starring in that episode. And for the life of me, I cannot forget, I cannot remember what game. Armored Core. Thank you, William. Thank you. Yes, Armored Core. Has it come out yet, or are we still waiting for it to come out? Has it actually come out? Because it looks like graphically, like graphic design wise, it looks great. Oh, it has come out. Okay. I haven't seen any of it yet. I must admit, I haven't seen any of it yet. I don't have time to watch movies, so.
Turns out, Sony is so confident in their new IP that they'd managed to get one of these episodes to be on Concord. There's also
and
now
I think
Concord
it's still airing.
controllers. Fast forward to May 2024.
And I don't know if that episode is aired yet. The funny part is, I don't believe any of the characters from the game are going to be in the Concord secret level episode. I don't believe one of them is even going to be in it.
And at PlayStation's State of Play stream, we see more. This time, an actual gameplay reveal trailer. And the gameplay is actually revealed.
Bradford's already shut down, Rev.
At the gameplay of Concord.
Turns out, it's just a 5v5 hero shooter with Guardians of the Galaxy on top. This is alongside a cinematic reveal, where we finally see the characters that they'd put so much money and effort into. The reaction is not great. They tell us they'd go.
I want to see some of those reactions. Hang on. How do you do, fellow kids? Star-Lord and the gang from Temu. The cutscene sold me on adventure. The very next words out of the developer's mouth is 5v5 FPS lol bye. Captain Hot Sauce and the Guardians of the Fallacy. This ain't Guardians of the Galaxy, that's Protectors of the Cosmos.
They tell us they'd gone in on the storytelling. However, the personality of characters amounts to this guy just like really liking hot sauce. Marvel writing is also quite prevalent.
He's right behind me.
But they assure us the lore is deep, rich, we'll want to get stuck in. They'd even spent a ton of money on bringing out new high-quality narrative cutscenes every week. But the thing is, no one actually cares about this, because it's an online-only, multiplayer game. And wait, does that say pre-order? $40? In a market where virtually every competitor is free to play? Don't worry lads, this thing's worth it. There's also a pre-launch beta in July, and everyone's invited. But first, the internet is scary, filled with horrors.
That's alright.
Navigation can be treacherous. Here, take this. See, your internet service provider can see everything you do. Depending on where you live, they can also sell all of that data to advertisers.
Yeah. Well, the price tag really screwed them over, but the content also didn't help either. Like, no one wants to play a slow, boring version of Overwatch.
Not only that, links containing malware
it's
all over the internet.
I think Concord was kind of doomed from the start. Realistically.
But with
Yeah,
NordVPN,
it's kind of like they did everything wrong.
NordVPN
The-
encrypts your internet connection at the source.
Revens, I
meaning
don't
your
think so.
data
I
runs
think
through a
even if
secure
it was
tunnel,
free to play,
shielding it from hackers.
I honestly don't think
NordVPN
it
is
would have
the
helped them.
fastest VPN out there. Just click a
Because
country,
even free to
digit
play, it still
Nord
would
also
have
offers
languished.
advanced threat protection, meaning you're
It
safe
might
from
not have
malware,
gotten quite
phishing,
the
scams,
hate
and other online
that it did,
threats.
but
Also,
I do think it absolutely
24/7
would have
customer
languished
support, one
in,
account for up to 10
I don't know about
devices,
obscurity,
30-day money-back guarantee.
but
And NordVPN
people
has a
probably
fat
would not have
discount
played it
and 4 months
very
extra for
much.
free via
And they would have
this
had
link.
to rely
Just go to
upon,
nordvpn.com
skins and whatnot that
/bigboss,
people would have not been
or
paying
use
for.
this easy to
They were
remember
probably
code.
doomed either way, even if they went free to play. It just would have lasted longer
It's
free to
finally
play.
June, and doors open. They've even paid a bunch of streamers and YouTubers to be there. But there's a problem. No one's turning up. Everyone is now able to download the beta and play the game at no expense at all. But at this point,
Really?
in PC, that's 2,388 people. For reference,
Ooh, that's bad.
Overwatch 2 had 1.5 million, Valorant around 3 million. These
Oh,
are both
fuck.
closed betas. The comments are over the moon. Despite all of that, reviews are coming in, and they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Even if they did free to play, which the beta was free to play, and this is all they got. So even if they launched it free to play, it still wouldn't have survived. Realistically speaking, it would not have survived. So it honestly made no difference. Games were started in an era when all the woke nonsense was seen as the new trend everywhere, and the backlash hadn't hit yet. So it's not surprising we're seeing all this garbage now. Well, and Andrea, the woke backlash stuff is only a part of it. That's only a part of it. The other part was the absolute insane development. So it is unquestionably part of it. But unlike a lot of games like we're seeing with Suicide Squad, the DEI shit is not what really hurt. It didn't hurt the game as badly, as it did with games like Suicide Squad or like Dustborn. This is a combination of that and extremely poor management and organization for the development of the game. So that was just as big of a factor in this case, it seems.
But at Sony, issues. In February 2022, they'd said they were releasing more than 10 live service games before 2026. But by 2024, that number had dropped to 6. Concord was one of those 6. It needed to do well. The Last of Us 2 Online cancelled. Horizon's multiplayer...
Wait, What was those last two?
It
Hang on.
needed to do well. The Last of Us 2
Naughty Dog cancels. It's The Last of Us. Oh, I didn't even know Naughty Dog was coming out. The Last of Us multiplayer. Okay.
Online cancelled. Horizon's multiplayer projects,
Didn't know about that one either.
Deviation Games, completely canned before they could even get a game out the door. Bungie, which Sony had blown almost $4 billion on, is also doing absolutely terrible, hitting almost 50% of their financial projections and actually losing money. With no more
Ouch.
Destiny sequels or updates lined up, Sony needed another live service shooter, and they desperately needed a win. And judging by Concord's beta numbers, yeah, not good. They'd also apparently chugged through another $200 million. So that's around $400 million in development costs here. Right, what are we doing here, boys? Change the business model? Make the game free to play like every other hero shooter? No. The genre may be completely past its prime, massively oversaturated, and overwhelmingly free to play. But just look at these characters. A masterclass of design.
Really?
Bursting with personality. Fellas, there's no way people are passing this up. The $40 stays. And they gear up for the global launch in August.
Yeah. At this point, it might have been. I don't actually know anything about queso. Yeah, at this point, the $40 or free, I don't think it would have made a difference. Based on the beta numbers, which I was unaware of previously, free to play or $40 cost, I honestly do not think it would have made any difference whatsoever. This was kind of doomed from the game was rigged from the start.
August, now just 2 months away. It's now August 23rd, and after 8 years and a reported $400 million, the game is out the door. It runs well, isn't buggy, the animations are decent, and the gameplay is actually good. Basically Destiny 2 if it was a hero shooter. There's an okay amount of content in here too. 16 characters, 12 maps, and 6 modes.
Wait, I'm gonna see that lineup. Let me see that lineup.
Okay amount of content in here too. 16 characters.
Okay. Why does this chick have a bucket on her head? You got grandma here. I guess there's a couple of interesting characters. And I guess there's a couple of interesting looking characters in this lineup. You know, Hamar looks fine, I guess. Star Child, interesting design. Not sure about the color scheme. Zale, I guess, looks fine. Jabali looks okay. There's a couple of okay designs. Yes, this is the robot. One off. That is the robot. Yeah, wannabe Hellboy. That seems about right, Revan. Either wannabe Hellboy or I think someone said something else. I don't know. It's like there's a couple characters that I guess maybe look okay. But honestly, like the cards here like this, you know what this feels like to me? It feels like Starfield. This design of these cards. This feels like a Starfield, like the text script here and the symbology here. It feels like it does feel like it's Starfield, kind of. Well, yes, I do. Cortez, I am keeping that in mind and seeing portraits. I am keeping that in mind.
12 maps and 6 modes. 3 maps, modes, and characters would also be released down the line, alongside the extremely expensive weekly cutscenes that everyone just couldn't wait for. But then people boot up the menu, and what they see. Jesus.
Come on, let's go!
Mushroom Man, She-Hulk,
What?
the Michelin Man, a walking, talking he-him trash can, Walmart laser tag boy, and a very old woman. In fact, the only character not universally.
Hang on, let me see that again. I want to see it again. I want to see the cards there.
Come on, let's
Mushroom Man.
Oh, that was a guy. I had no idea that was a guy. Okay.
She-Hulk, the Michelin Man. A walking, talking he-him trash can.
And again, if it's just the robot is a quote-unquote he robot, it's fine. If they're sticking the goddamn pronouns in the game, like every character is listed. Because wasn't that another thing they did? Like he, him, she, her, they actually did like they, them shit in this as well. Like with every character, it actually had the pronoun next to their name. Like that, okay, that don't help. No, that's only going to piss off your current gaming consumer. That will just piss them off. So, yes, that was stupid. And honestly, that could have been removed. Something as simple as that could have been removed from this game before launch. When they saw how much gamers were sick of the pronoun bullshit, they could have pulled that. The one in the red jacket with... Wait. This one? This one is trans? Oh yeah, here's the pronouns. I'm covering it. Hang on. There's the pronouns right there. This one's trans. Yes, of course, them is trans. There has to be one. There has to be one in every game now. Every current developer has to have a trans character. If that is correct, yeah, like literally, they could have seen this from the start and said, okay, we're gonna yank that real quick. It's unnecessary. Obviously, our customer base doesn't give a shit about it, doesn't like it being in their game. Let's yank it. It would have taken like a weekend. Zed, I'm guessing it's the backstory stuff, like those little episodic things that those like episodic things they talked about. I'm guessing it was in that. That would be my suspicion.
Walmart laser tag boy, and a very old woman. In fact, the only character not...
They had the advantage of hindsight and still fucked up cheer 100.
Yeah. Yes, they did, Revan. It speaks volumes, doesn't it?
not universally hated is the walking trash can.
I like this one.
Besides the characters, the game offers pretty much nothing new to the genre. The maps are bland, and subpar graphics and effects. This is compared to a 15-year-old PS3.
Wow. Okay. This is not good. This is not good. What the hell? They were going for that cartoony. They were trying to do Fortnite. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to basically pull in the Fortnite crowd with the Fortnite look. And it failed miserably. That's the only explanation I can think of at the moment. No, not even Overwatch. Overwatch's graphics were not as cartoony as this. This feels like Fortnite. Like the graphic style, it feels like they were trying to do Fortnite and failed miserably.
This is compared to a 15-year-old PS3 game. The game started development just after Overwatch, and as a result, Concord just kind of feels like half a decade old. Also, like playing as a certain character? Well, unlucky, because in certain game modes, if you win a round as them, you can't play them again for the whole game.
What? Are you fucking kidding me? That was a thing? That if you win around with the character, you can no longer use that character. No, Zeb, I never heard about it either. Holy fuck. That is incredibly stupid. That is like probably one of the #1 ways to alienate your player base. Because guess what? Players find characters they like and stick with them. In a competition, yeah, exactly. And in a competition type setting, guarantee you one of them, internally, they wanted this to be the next esport. They were like, this is going to be the next esport. But even esports don't pull this bullshit. Every fucking decision made on this game is wrong. And it's mind-boggling to try and even glean the stupidity behind it.
There's also a whole storyline and lore that they'd invested a massive amount of effort and money into. There's even this lore dump star map with loads of planets. But no one cares because the characters suck and it's a multiplayer game with no campaign. And finally, it's like the 5th best 5v5 shooter on the market. And it's $40 more than everything else. You also need a PSN subscription to play, and it's not even free on PS Plus.
Big mistake. Now, the whole thing of you need a PSN account, you need a PSN subscription to play it. I had that gripe about all PlayStation stuff. I think it's absolute dog shit that you need to have a PlayStation subscription to play any online multiplayer game. That goes for PlayStation and Xbox. You cannot just play an online game. Hence why the PC Master Race. You get a game on PC, you can play a multiplayer game. You don't have to spend extra money to play a multiplayer game. That's why I freaking hate the way the consoles are saying, oh, you want to play online? Cool, pay us an extra monthly subscription. And people do it. And people absolutely do it. But not making available on like PS Plus like Ultimate? Fucking stupid. That is fucking stupid.
But the thing is, besides all of that, there's a major problem
so does
here.
PlayStation Plus, Revan.
There's only 697 people playing the game. Almost 3,000 played the beta, meaning more than half of them had just ditched. The 7-year-old Friday the 13th is also getting 10 times the players. This is a game without dedicated servers. Concord is an online-only, competitive multiplayer FPS. That means it relies heavily on a big, healthy player base. And turns out, Sony had decided to stick a PSN account requirement on, blocking the game.
Not shocking with Sony. This is not shocking with Sony. But they didn't have dedicated servers. Did they actually go peer to peer with the servers? Wait, was Concord was the Concord online connection peer to peer? That's fucking insane for a supposed AAA title. That is okay. The stupidity here is mind-boggling. It's all shut down. Concord is shut the fuck down. It's done. It's been removed. It's shut down, and I can't remember if Firewalk actually got closed or not.
In 180 countries. Nice one. Most other big-budget AAA games also go on a media blitz before release. But Concord, not so much. Revealing the game just a couple of months before launch, a few paid streams here, some character videos there, and they called it a day. And by launch, somehow,
I thought it was
no
Tysell.
one had even heard of the game. Those that did saw that it cost $40 and presumably went to play literally any other game in the genre for a 100% discount. While the game got zero attention pre-launch, after launch...
Well, I mean, Friday the 13th not having a dedicated server is fine because you're getting a maximum of what? Like 7 players in a single Friday the 13th match? And it's not like it's high-speed arena combat. Friday the 13th is a much different style of gameplay. So it's a bit apples to oranges. Plus, don't forget, Friday the 13th came from a very small studio that was not backed by any major company like Sony. So it is very much apples to oranges on that one. Thank you, Cobra. Oh, okay, Jose. Have a good time of work and Merry Christmas.
It's everywhere. The memes are plentiful. The characters are so hated.
Why would they give her Thugnificent's haircut?
People online start making their own, far better renditions. This designer even spends an hour breaking down.
Wait, what was that? Oh, we can't see it. But the face right there looks good. That head looks good compared to what was in the game.
Their own, far better renditions. This designer even spends an hour breaking down how bad they are.
Before and after, it felt impossible to try to salvage these designs.
Yeah, that's fucking bad. Like, she's got a fucking bucket on her head. She's got an absolute bucket on her head. That's insane.
And after, it felt impossible to try to salvage these designs.
Also, the reviews are in. 20% recommended on OpenCritic, 1.7 out of 10 user reviews on Metacritic. Eurogamer calls it an arena shooter by ChatGPT.
Ouch.
After a few days,
Maybe Alex,
it was
I don't know.
clear. The game was underperforming. In fact, an
That's an
article
understatement.
comes out claiming the game sold a grand total of around 25,000 copies. That's about $1 million. A whopping 0.25% return. Nice. The devs go ahead and take down the LGBT and political user tags from the Steam.
Why the fuck would you put a political tag on this game in the first place? It's a goddamn arena shooter. Why was the political up there even in the first place? Users added it? Really? That was a user added thing. Oh yeah, I see. Popular user defined tags. Okay. Okay. I thought they did when they put out Steam
Page, but this does little to aid the situation. Things are going abysmally, but Firewalk isn't done just yet. Turns out, people were complaining about the game online, so they boot up Twitter and start typing. The game was a labour of love. Criticize it, and you're a weird, talentless freak. But this doesn't go down.
Again. Genius move, criticizing your literal customer player base. Good fucking job, Firewalk. These are the people you want to spend money on your game. And you're going to call them.
Criticize it, and you're a weird,
I know it is.
talentless freak.
Yeah. I know this is a real game dev tweet. And you're going to criticize the very people you want to buy your game? Genius!
But this doesn't go down well either. With the horrific player count, alongside the barrage of memes online, it was obvious. The game had to go free to play. There was no other option. But then, on the 3rd of September, Firewalk comes out with a statement. Gents, it's been fantastic. But despite the support and the passionate community that has grown around the game, we're pulling the plug. The game is going offline in 3 days' time, while we explore options to bring it back. They also offer refunds to every single person that bought the game, regardless of playtime. It's not just digital copies either. Sony is actually refunding every physical copy too. And now retailers aren't even letting people buy the game.
They wouldn't let me check out, even though they had this on the shelves and on the floor.
It's probably gonna be around for a year. No, it's not.
That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started.
This is Sony's ET game. That's what this is. This is their ET. And they're going to try and go and bury it in the deserts. Just like Atari did.
In mid-September, Concord's game director steps down, while some of the 150 odd developers at Firewalk try pitching Sony on other ideas. Some think they'll be used as a support studio, others fear a wave of layoffs, maybe even the whole.
Well, I mean, Zeb, I don't think Concord is the signal of the crash of the video games. I think it's basically another. We are starting to see like a video game crash before Concord. There were, like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League came out before Concord, and it did abysmally. Concord was not the signal of. Concord was not the signal of a video game crash. It is a factor in it. Yeah, but okay, they were comparing it to that. Obviously untrue. But we are seeing, Concord, Suicide Squad, Dustborn. Some people I've heard, I've been hearing people were not liking the new Indiana Jones game. I have no idea why. I thought it was supposedly looked like really good. Veilguard, yeah. Star Wars Outlaws, the new Assassin's Creed movie that's coming, or Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, I think if we're going to be seeing the last breaths of this kind of thing, it may come with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Concord is not the last breath. Okay, Indy is good. Okay, I've seen some gameplay footage, and apparently it looks like really fucking good. It is almost 1-to-1 in terms of how it looks compared to the movies. Really damn good. So I thought I saw a couple of headlines saying that it was bad, and I'm just kind of okay, that's that I've also been hearing people crowing about the graphics. So, I don't know, but. I think if there's anything that is going to be the last gasp of the quote-unquote AAA studios, it's going to be Assassin's Creed. I think Assassin's Creed may possibly be that ET signal of a game crash, at least for the AAA studios. It might be, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Okay, Technopath. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. Well, Revan, also possible, yeah. We'll see.
Studio being canned. Also, Concord's Amazon episode is staying in and is due to air this December.
Okay, it aired on December 10th. Anybody know if that's true? Did it air on December 10th? Anybody know? Anybody that's seen Secret Level?
Now I'm not a game dev, but wouldn't spending less on the game beforehand during development make more sense then and spend more later as you add to the game? Making more money with the live service later? Less risk in case of failure. Cheer 100.
Revan, you're thinking like a logical person. Clearly everyone that was involved in the development of this game was not. So, yeah. That is. I don't know.
But regardless, on the 6th of September, we bid farewell. 12 days after launch, and the servers go down worldwide. 8 years, an alleged $400 million.
8 years.
Gone in the blink of an eye.
Bang.
Yet they shut down.
Yeah, $400 million down the drain. That's fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible that they would sink $400 million.